All right, guys, this is Derek.
Hi, I'm Tiffany.
Welcome to our video blog, To Love Puerto Rico.
Yes.
Don't sound. Have we done that in the past few weeks? It just felt different doing that little intro like that.
Yeah, last week we did it wrong.
Oh, okay.
That's the right one.
Well,
we got it right.
That's why it feels awful because we did it wrong last time.
Yeah,
but anyway,
because today it's midday. We're sitting in our kitchen drinking some tea. Derek's famous tea. He always saying that he makes better than Starbucks and all around. So I have to drink his tea, but I love it. It always
tea is good.
Yeah, he started out making the tea like his mom back many years ago. Then he had upgraded.
I doctored on it. I doctored on the recipe, but it was really a recipe for like when you have cold. So we would get some fresh lemons, some honey, and get some peppermint. Kind of brew that all together. But I don't think it did anything for the cold. But it was really just
but it reminded us of Miss Bix, of his mom.
Yeah,
so that was always
my memories of my late mother, and just
So as we've been processing this week, and I think last week, I just felt like I couldn't accomplish everything. It was an overwhelming feeling of everything that I want to see my life at, that I want to see my family at, and all the things that's been in my heart, feeling like, okay, we are not going to reach that goal. We are not going to accomplish that. But I know God has promised us so many things, and He's promised us that this family will be a voice in this world in some kind of way. So at that day, I didn't have it. And many days I don't have it. So I was crying, and I was telling my husband, because sometimes I feel like he doesn't always understand as a wife and as a mom the things that I might feel, and then even vice versa. So we still learning that. But I didn't feel like we were going to ever reach it. Like, we've been going around this for 10 years. We've been saying, okay, we called, we have a voice, we want to help the people, we want to be a voice for, this, we want to, all these things that's in our heart. We started To Love Puerto Rico. We have a prayer date scheduled. I started Seeming Beautiful. We rested for so long, and now we jump back in, and in a minute, I feel like, okay, I try to cut it off before I see the end, because I'm afraid of what the end might be or what the outcome might be. And I had to realize it's not about that. God has the end, and I have to just be there and do the things that He's asked me to do, and taking off the pressure and taking off the things. But Derek said something so profound, and I'm waiting on him to share it.
Well, when we went down to our study room in our apartment just to get away from out of the apartment to kind of talk about that. And at that moment, she was sharing those things, and it was those things, but it was also parenting, the different things that we got to do for our kids. Now we have a son that's a senior. We got an adult son that he's still our son. There's stuff we want to impart into his life. So all those things were there were those moments of feeling overwhelmed, but at that moment, as we began to talk, what I began to hear more than anything, that it wasn't about trying to reach some destination or to reach some ultimate goal or something like that, but the goal is for us to enjoy each other during this process, that no matter what the results are, we just wake up every day and make sure that we're connected, having fun along the journey, and allowing God to handle the results. So I think from that moment, we begin to realize that, whatever happens, we got big dreams, and I think it's okay to have big dreams, but we don't want to be carrying these big dreams on our back to where on a daily basis, we're not enjoying these moments of intimacy with each other and Him.
Yeah, because I was asking the questions. Okay, I said Daniel has to get ready for college. He's trying to get his driver's license, trying to get I was just asking myself, okay, did we start this too early? Do we still need to be in the waiting? Or do we still need to be in the waiting?
Yeah.
You know, should we still be waiting to start something?
Like waiting to some time in the future. Do we wait till
Because
all our kids are grown? Just to break it down. Do we wait down, or do we do it now or something like that? Or do we?
The 10 years.
Should we have to choose?
Yeah, because the 10 years we just focused on our family. Gosh, Ashley stripped us, meaning, things.
Of all the things that we thought we needed to for us to be who we are, not realizing that we just are because of him.
The mindset change.
Yeah, it wasn't about we had to accomplish something or do this and do that or whatever, but we're just who we are because of who he is,
and
or
we
whatever.
rested in him
in that process. Yeah,
and I always felt like, okay, we're hidden, like you're in the closet, and we're just with God, communion, like in a cocoon. That's how it always felt, and God was preparing us. So come on now, bring you back in.
Cocoon.
When he's processing, we in there and we come out,
of that cocoon.
That we were ready. It doesn't mean that you know everything, that you prepared, that you won't make mistakes, but you have taken the time to say, okay, God, process me, show me in all this who I am. He showed me. God took us.
It
was a process.
Yeah, and it was exactly what we needed for where we are today. Because if there's any apprehension in who we are or who he is, I think that's the other part, that God showed us who we are, but I think God also revealed more, or our eyes were open more to who he is as well, that our concept of who he is was a little screwed as well, that we had to do something in order for him to be there.
And I think if you listen to that, and you're gonna have to help me, Darius always cleans up everything. Help me. Sometimes I don't get it all out right.
But God brought us to a place to where we were in this place of where there's a lot of poverty, and God brought us to a place that didn't experience that. But then we were still connected there. We're still connected to Puerto Rico. And Puerto Rico is similar as far as poverty and with Mississippi. So I think we were going with that is there was a reason why God brought us here.
Because we've lived both.
Yeah, for real.
And
for real. We understand. Because it hadn't been that long ago to where we were. And then poverty doesn't mean just that you live in Mississippi, that you're in poverty. Yeah. Poverty is here it's in Frisco. Yeah. It's a mindset. It's right. You can be have millions of dollars. And it's not your bank account. Yeah, it's not your bank account. That's not what we're saying. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And that was always my fear of speaking up and speaking into what I know God has called us, because I don't want to offend anybody. I think we've gotten to this place that nobody wants to offend anybody. Yeah, we got to say the right thing. That's on everything. On everything. Church or wherever. We don't say that because people are going to get offended. And we're not called not to offend people. I'm not saying we should offend people on purpose or saying that it'll be malice. But when you're walking and speaking truth from his perspective, if someone's heart is not turned toward the way he wants, then they could get offended. Jesus, it's clear in the Bible that in the latter days, people will be offended by Jesus and what he's saying. But we know today, sitting here in our nice apartment, in our kitchen, sipping tea. Yes, we have experienced a side of life that is good. Yeah. Good. And I'm thankful and grateful. Very thankful. I could never go back to what I used to live or what I used to think or just the perception of what I thought about myself. I had so many things that I had to break off for Tiffany. Yeah. For myself. I couldn't do it for my husband. I had to do it for myself. Like I said, when I sat in my bathroom and God told me, he said, I'm going to deal with you. So for him dealing with me, he wanted to deal with my heart.
So now I can sit here today and say, okay, yes, even with me asking all the questions, can I do this with House of Prayer, that Puerto Rico House of Prayer? Can I do See Me Beautiful? Can we move our whole family across to an island?
Yeah.
You know, can I make sure my kids have everything they need and still be a mom and still be Tiffany? Derek can still be Derek's and do work and do life. How can we do life? But it's in us doing life. That's when we see God.
Yeah. That He is the center of it all, and I think that's the one thing that has kept us like with everything, is just to remember to keep Him in the center, that He is the one thing for everything, whether that's in business, See Me Beautiful, whether it's Puerto Rico House of Prayer, whatever it is, we want Him to be the center and be the one thing even in our family. So it's keeping it all in perspective.
So we love you guys. It's Derek's and Tiffany, and we're to love Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and to love Tiffany.
I said that wrong again. We're going to get the intro right again.
You good.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Enjoyed it.